Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning from wherever you're joining us from. My name is Shon Osimbo, and yes, it's time when it's Thursday. It's time for the Shon Osimbo Sports Show. And today I'm humbled to host Nigerian striker and also who plays for FC Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. That is Taiwo Awoniyi. Welcome to the show, Taiwo. How's everything on your side?
I'm fine, sure. How is it going? How is everything? I'm good, and you?
It's good. It's good here in Nairobi, Kenya. The weather is a bit weird, very cold in the morning, very sunny during the day, and cold at night. But I'm
Yeah.
good. So let's just dive into it, Taiwo, and let's speak. First of all, congratulations for your first two goals for FC Union Berlin. Tell us just this: how do you feel, being part of the first 11 for the Bundesliga team for FC Union Berlin?
Well, for me, I think every player wants to play. Every player wants to try and do something. For me, I always feel good. I always feel happy with myself, with how it's going presently. But it's just not about me also. It's about my teammates. It's about everyone, every individual. But the most important thing is you're doing good for yourself. You're fighting to get the place, and you just have to keep on going. But every player, every individual just want to play. That's just the truth about football. And if you find yourself there, you should know that it's just your privilege and you are opportune, and you just have to. It's not because there's something so special more, but you just have to be there. And when you are there, you have to know why you are there.
Yes, and when you netted those goals, how was the feeling in your heart?
Well, for me, like I said, I'm a striker. The goal of a striker is to score in every game if possible. But sometimes it doesn't go your way, and sometimes it goes your way. But for me, the last goal that I scored, I would say like the goal is not that important to me because at the end of the day, we lost the game, and I think that's something that is really sad for me. Not because I scored in the game or something. For me, the most important thing is the 3 point from my team. If I don't have the 3 point and I scored, nothing count for me.
Yeah, amazing. So, in a few words, describe who Taiwo Awoni is.
Well, for me, my name is Taiwo Awoniyi. I'm a football player, a centre forward on loan from Liverpool FC at FC Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. Uh, I played as a centre forward, and
Mhm.
that is who I am.
Yes. How did you get involved in football?
Well, actually, it was, I would say it's a long story, but I'll try to keep it short as I can, as
We
much as I
have the
can.
time, Taiwo. You can go into the story. Yes.
Well, for me, I started playing football actually from my youth when I was in nursery school in Africa, and that was I started. And from there, I played in the street. I played a lot in the street. I played just street football, like with my friends, and that was how it actually started. Then, as time goes on, when I get to nursery five, I was given the game private. But football is
Mhm.
just what I love doing. I enjoy doing it, even when I don't have nothing to eat. Sometimes, once I find myself playing on the street with my friends and everything, it's something that gives me joy, and it's something that I'm always happy about. And glory to God to how it is presently, because I believe God makes everything possible in life, and He makes these days also. He makes the privilege and everything that we have presently. But as time goes on, I joined a local team in my state, in Nigeria, Ilorin precisely. And from there, I was opportunity to play in the Coca-Cola Youth Tournament in London. So we went through a lot of series of screening and everything. And luckily for me, among the lucky player that was picked from the 16 player that went to London in 2011. So I was picked. It was a Coca-Cola football tournament. And when we came back from London, that was when I joined the Imperial Soccer Academy that facilitated my growing up as a football player. I was playing in my local state in my state for my local club, United Football Academy, and From there, I moved to Imperial Soccer Academy. It's an academy owned by an international from Nigeria. And from there, that was where I was called to join the Nigeria under-15 national team. So that was why I was opportunity to be in the national team from the under-15 level to the under-23 level before I now later signed for Liverpool FC in England.
Yes. Yes, and I know we'll be getting further deep into that. Your playing style has been likened to definitely a Nigerian legend, that is Rashidi Yekini. Did you grow up watching him? Like, when people tell you this, what do you think?
Grew up watching Rashidi Yekini. That's not possible. For me, I would say may his soul rest in
That means you're
perfect
very
peace.
young. Yes.
Yeah, may his soul rest in perfect people. Actually, as time goes on, I watch his video on YouTube.
Mhm.
Because uh, he's a legend. Is a phenomenon for Nigeria football as a whole. But
Yes, and even
uh,
Africa. Yes.
yeah, presently it's late, and we can just hope his soul rest in perfectly. But I never grew up watching him, and I watched some of his video after I heard of the great name Rashidi Yekini, and that's it for me.
Yes, now people can tell your age from from that. Yes, and tell us about that 2013 experience that you've just mentioned, where that put you definitely to the light, the under 17 World Cup. That whole experience, if you can just give us even how the team gelled and went on to win all these awards.
Well, for me, it was a great team. It was really a great team. Because I joined the team quite late. Because I joined them after the last qualifier. They have to play against Mali. I think in 2012. And for me, I will say like I always say for me it's the best youth team Nigeria has assembled
Yeah,
as
you
at
won
that
the
time.
World Cup. Yes.
Yeah, because it was really good with the likes of Wilfred Ndidi. Unfortunately, he was not part as well with in the World Cup, but we started together. Kelechi Iheanacho, Isaac Success, Xavier Godwin, Chidera is a lot of talent. Nigeria is just full of bunch of talent. But for me, I always say like green, white, green jersey, like if you just have the opportunity to put it on, you should just be grateful to God,
Yeah.
because in Nigeria there are a lot of talent, and it's just privilege you are there, and once you are there, you have to fight for the color. And I think that was
Yeah.
what every one of us did that time, because we could remember the coach telling us how it was, and luckily for us, we have great coaches. Give kudos to all of them, because they are the one that make everything, from the head coach Manu Galba to Emmanuel Aminuke to Indu Kagbadi to Emeka Amadi to all the staffs. These are great legend for Nigeria as a whole. They did
Mhm.
quite great for the country before, and during our time they did it again for us. And they tell us series of stories how it is. If you guys put in everything you have, you will be surprised where you will be. And it was so motivation for every one of us, and that was what keep us going. And if I could remember, I think we only lose a game or something throughout our entire campaign, from the qualifier to the World Cup, and it was something great for everyone of us then.
And you also scored 4 goals in the tournament, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I want to understand, before you guys now, leave the dressing room and go to the pitch, what would the coach tell you? Like, what was that motivation like, Taiwo?
Yeah, it's quite a long time a bit, but if I could remember, like if I could remember, from the chief coach to all the staff, like the chief coach, he will keep on telling us, today you just
Hmm.
have to go there and make Nigerian proud. You should remember a lot of people is at home watching this, and we have the assistant coach, Emeka
Yeah.
Amadi, Emmanuel Amnike, and Luka Obadi. They are just full of inspiration for us, because they have been there before, and they know
Hmm.
what it takes to be there. And those
Yeah.
motivation was the enjoyment they have, the privilege they have during that time. That was what they impart in most of us. That. If you guys can give it all everything you have, you will be surprised what will come out of it. And that was what actually happened.
Yeah, amazing. And now let's just move on from 2013 all the way to now 2015. Also, the Africa Under 20 Championships in Senegal, where also Nigeria won that. Tell us also about that experience. This team was on a roll.
Yeah, for me, it was really. I think I would say the under 20 tournament. It was something great for us in the AFCON because
Mhm.
most of the player from the under 17 was drafted with the same coach also to the under 17 under 20 Nations Cup in Senegal. Yeah, it was something great because at the end we won it again because we've been together for long, we know each other, and I scored I think 4 goals also in the tournament, and I think I was really happy because it was actually what I wanted to do, what I hope to do, and for me like the most proud thing is doing those things, getting those medals for the country is something great for every one of us, and I think those are what channels us to wherever we find ourselves because there are a lot of scouts that came into the under 17 World Cup to watch. There are a lot of scouts that came to the under 20 Nations Cup also. So it was really great for us.
Yes, and fast forward, I know uh, you get that call from Liverpool FC. And how did that happen? Before we go into the reason why you've never played for the English Premier League, Jan. So how did that happen? How did you end up signing for them in 2015?
Yeah, actually, for me, I always said all glory to God because I could remember when I went to London in 2011. My dream was to when the moment I saw how it is there, my dream was the first thing I said to myself is I hope one day that I'll come back here to have a club for myself. So after the under 17 World Cup, I'm still underage. I'm not yet 18. I could not sign a professional contract. So I was really patient. I will put it that way.
Yeah.
And I believe God makes the patient in me. He makes everything possible because I've seen a lot of people sign for clubs and everything, but I keep on waiting. I went back to my academy. From there, I played in the under 20. From there, I played in the under 23. But I think the tournament that I played in the under 20 and under 23 are what really pumped the call from Liverpool. Because when they called, I think they told me that they've been monitoring me since the under 17 World Cup. And
Wow.
that's when they actually wanted to sign me, but they keep on waiting to see how I will progress. And after the progress in the under 20 and under 23 Nations Cup and the under 20 World Cup also, and the under 23 qualifier that I played, I think it was actually after the under 23 qualifier that they called me, and that was how the deal went on. And I was glad I signed for Liverpool then.
Yes, and I know the big question that you get asked all the time is why have you never played for Liverpool till now? This is 5 years later.
Well, for me, then I'll put it this way. I think then I don't know much of how it goes in football business and what are the rules and everything in football. And I think those are the things that make me realize football is not just a football game that we yeah, it's a game, is what we love doing, but I always say to people that it's more to football than what people see or what people know. That was what I always say. But most people that are into the game, they know what I'm talking about. But for me, then I didn't know anything much about the work permit of the thing. The only thing that I know is I had different options of clubs, and the option of club that I have is in another country, and the country they gave me the same, let me say the same option as Liverpool. Because when they told me the only thing I just know that if Liverpool signed me, I will be loaned out, and the other country also told me that if they sign me, they will loan me out. So I have only just two options: is to check which one is best. So after making the calls around my coaches, after asking some questions, I felt personally I will go for Liverpool, and because it has been my dream to have a club in England, because that was the first thing I said to myself when I was opportune to travel out from the country for the first time in my life. So that was what triggered me to choose Liverpool. But in terms of the work permit, I didn't quite know it was this difficult. But as time goes on, I discovered I need to play. I think 75% of my national team, first team national team, not the junior
Mm-hmm.
one that I've played. And also, there's this thing they use then as they call it a special talent or something. Because if you have played, you won the World Cup, maybe you played in the World Cup and you won the World Cup. But as at the time that I was signing for Liverpool, they said the rules is no longer in place or something. That was what I know because that was how I see it. Because and I think maybe they said you have to win the golden ball in the World Cup before you can get it automatically. The other option is you either played 70. The easiest is to play for your national team to get the work permit. So that was what I later discovered. And for me, I've not really played for my national team, for the first team, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and that was how it is till now. And I think it's the rules in England. You need to get the work permit before you can allow to play it in England. So that was how it is for me presently, and that was why I keep on going on loan, going on loan, going on loan.
Yes, and we'll get more into the moving around. Let's just also talk about now the Super Eagles. Have you had a chance to talk up to the football officials in your country and tell them this whole process that's required,
Well, like
or
I
is it the
said
talent?
before,
The talent pool is so crazy. So
like I said
mhm.
before, I think in after the under 17, may he so also rest in peace. The late coach Stephen Kelshi, he invited me into the Super Eagle to the Chan Eagle then, but unfortunately I have to travel out of Nigeria then, so I could not later go with the Chan Eagles then. So uh, in terms of making contact, I think. Nigeria is full of talent, like I said, but it depends on the officials, it depends on the coach, it depends on what they want. It depends on the kind of player you want. It's not something you can pull a trigger about. The best you can do for yourself is keep on working on your feet, keep on doing the best you can do for yourself, and if God wish, it will come. But I don't think it's something you can push for yourself or you can make happen for yourself.
Yes, and despite not playing for Liverpool, but you have gotten a chance to definitely train with the first team. Tell us about that experience and who's your favorite player in the squad. Just being around the Jurgen Klopp. Tell us how that is.
Yeah, for me, I always say to people, Liverpool as a whole is really, really, really a great club. If not the best club in the world for me, I always say, because in terms of the way they manage their players, in terms of the way they conduct their teams, for me, I will always put them ahead of every other club. Yeah, when I was opportune, every time I'm opportune to go back to Liverpool, is really great in terms of the atmosphere. Is really great atmosphere in terms of the coaches, in terms of the like of the players, how they conduct with you, being a young player, and the most the what really amazed me the most there was just the fact that you deal with a lot of big players, big amazing legends that they won a lot of award, and you discover like they don't see the world as they take it easy. Yeah, the like of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Roberto Firmino, Van Dijk, and all of that. Anderson. These are players that they have won almost everything, and they keep on doing it. You see the passion in training, you see the spirit and everything. They want more. And for you as a young player, this is what stick into your brain. If they've won everything and they still keep on going for it, it's what push you as a young player that if they can do it, you can achieve it also. So it's
Yes.
something like a motivation for me, and it's really great atmosphere for me there. And for me, they are just too amazing to really pick one. As this is. I'm telling you the truth. But for me, I always say like being a striker. I like the Sadio Mane personality is the most. I like his personality is just so amazing. I like his
Yes.
personality a lot. How he treats with you, how he talks with you is something great. And not only him, Mo Salah and everyone. But for me on the pitch also, I really admire Firmino, the work he do for the players around him as a striker. it's really great. Not every striker can do that.
Yes, and I can say Liverpool is truly a supporter of Africa. They have you, Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, Naby Keita, and the list
Yeah.
goes on. Yes. So quickly, tell us why Jurgen Klopp is very admired by the players, and also, and you've seen what he has achieved for the players. Why he is one of the managers who's admired and respected? Tell us why.
Yeah, I think I would say for me, uh, when I first heard of him was 2015. Then I was in FS Frankfurt, and even in my team, I see a lot of player. Then I think he was still in Germany, and I see a lot of player talking like, "I wish I'm playing under this man." And then I was 18 years old. I keep on wondering like, why is it so like? It's something I don't really understand then. But I was in Germany then, and you see everyone talking about him in Germany. This was in 2015. I was playing on loan, in my first loan in Germany, and it was so great. Like every player just love him, even when you are not his player, you just love him. So when he become Liverpool coach, as in, I was so great to meet him personally as a coach, and I now remember and I've like discovered why everyone have the passion, the love they have for him as a coach. For me, I would say like in life, the one of the most important thing is management. The way you manage people, the way you treat people is very, very important because that was what will brought respect to you. That was what will show you like this is who you are. And I think that is what it does really great for everyone around him. Not only the players, the staff, he's so much respected and is the way he manages, the way he does his thing, is the way it's just for me, it's just so loved because a coach cannot do all of that, and you find yourself on the pitch and you won't want to kill yourself for him. So I think that
Amazing.
was, for me, I would say
Yes.
that was one of the secret behind it. You need to know how to manage people. You need to see people as everyone is important. You need to see everyone important, and I think that was what he does good. And for me, also even being on loan as a player, the time I met him was great for me also as a player. And I think it was really amazing, and that was something great for every individual. And I think that was what every player wants also as a player.
Yes, wonderful. Good management is key. We have a viewer here asking, Anthony Obala asking, can he tell us anything unique about Origi? Origi has Kenyan roots. So yes, the Kenyans who are watching are very interested in that.
Yeah, I think the first time I met Origi also, I met him in the dining. He was really great also as a person. I speak to me and he asked me where I'm from. In Africa, we speak together also, and we just talk together as a teammate. And he's really great and really great personality as well. Very calm, very easygoing, and on the pitch the way he does things, the way he relate on the field of play. He just want every time he wants it more. Like when I'm training with him, and it was something great for me as a player also. And
Yes.
with the goals, and that was what you see also in the Champions League when he comes in, he delivered. When the Liverpool won the Champions League, it was doing the hard work and everything he does for himself as a player, and something great.
Yes, totally amazing. So let's now talk about this part also about being loaned out so many times. How has this been for you, Taiwo? Has it been discouraging? It motivating? Because those have so many loans from 2015, Taiwo.
Yeah, it's really much loans, I would say. But what I always say is, I think they make me who I am. I must say, they really make me because a young boy, 18 years old, just coming all the way from Nigeria and finding himself in Europe, doesn't know anything about the culture, the language, the weather, how it works, and I just find myself here all alone. And the moves, everything have really make me who I am. It was what really developed me. It is will I say it's easy? I would say no. But for me, the way I go up, my belief, my goals and everything, nothing comes easy. It's just how you find it yourself. It's what you want for yourself that determines whether it's easy or not. But so far, yeah, we are still talking about it. That is to tell me personally that I'm not doing bad. That is to
Yeah.
tell me that look, people are still looking after you. People are still watching how you progressing and everything. And that is a kudos to myself also for that. And what I say to people is, when it comes to loan, these are part of football that most people don't understand. Or it's difficult to come on social media and break it all down. Because come to look at it, I've been to different year, different places, different year, different places. And you still see the young boys striving, coming out of difficulties and everything. This is to tell you that there is something in him. But for me, my belief, my everything doesn't make me see it as something difficult. I just always say to myself, wherever you find yourself, in good time, in bad time, just give glory to God. Work the best you can do for yourself. But the worst part of it is when you are alone and you don't do the best for yourself, you don't work hard enough, you're not fighting enough, you're not trying to make the success out of it, even in bad time, and you just say, okay, today I don't care, actually I'm alone, I will go back to Liverpool next day. Then at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it will bounce back on you. But when you know you give your everything, even when it's not going right, you give your everything, at the end of the day, you will see the result. And I believe you can't judge yourself. People are watching. Maybe the result is coming or not. Only the people can tell. But I believe personally it's not bad the way it is. But the best you can do for yourself is just keep on working hard. But it is will I say it's an easy steps to take? It's an easy journey? No. For the past 5 years, it's really a journey that you it's not really really easy, but you just have to take the best and the best of every moment. You just have to keep on going and keep on fighting for it. And I will say that is what I keep on doing every season, and everywhere I find myself, that is what I keep on doing till now.
Yes, and I know moving from city to city, I can't even imagine the toll it takes on, especially your mental strength. Tell us, name some of the teams you've been part of, loan to, and how the experience has been like, just briefly.
Yeah, I think for me, my first year was in Frankfurt, FSV Frankfurt in 2015. Second Bundesliga, by the way, then. And for me, I would say these two leagues, the first and the second Bundesliga, they are really, really one of the toughest leagues. It's really, really a tough league to play. And 18-year-old boy finding himself there, uh, all alone, just train every day, do the best for myself. And from there, I moved to Holland. I moved to NSA Nijmegen in Holland in 2015 to 2016. And from Holland, I moved to Belgium, to Royal SM Moscow in Belgium. After the first year in Belgium, I moved to Ghent. Then after the other move to Ghent, that's 2017 to 2018, I moved back to Moscow when I'm not given the much opportunity to play it. And I went back to Moscow. We save ourselves from the relegation zone. We beat everybody. It was really an amazing season for me. And that
Yeah.
was when I said that was when I had a discussion with Liverpool and my management and everyone said, Taiwo, I think now is the you are on the right step to make the right step to one of the first five league in the world, and that was what brought me to Germany. And I could remember in 2015 when I was playing in FS Frankfurt. I've always dreamed of playing in Bundesliga. For me, apart from the Premier League, my second best league is the Bundesliga. And everyone, even my coach in Belgium that year, he called me, he advised me, said, Taiwo, now I think you should go to the Bundesliga or you go to England. So at that time, I have a series of clubs. I have everyone calling me to come because I really did good in Moscow. And at the end, I end up in Mainz, and now I'm in Berlin. So that was how it was for me so far.
Amazing, amazing. I know growing up, when you talk about African players in the Bundesliga, everyone would think about Sunday Odyssey, who's your fellow countryman. Now, let's just talk to us how it has been settling at FC Union Berlin. And this time you have settled so quick, Taiwo, you have to admit.
Yeah, for me, I think for me, I will say thanks to my fellow Nigerian, Anthony Uja. because he's a big brother for me. He has done a lot in the league in the past. He has played for the Super Eagle. Because before I came to FC Union Berlin, I know he's here. So I give him a call and I asked about the clubs, and he told me. And when I came, he accepted me and my family, and he was really glad that we came. And he put me through a lot of things. He explained a lot of things to me. But I would say, like, when I came to FC Union Berlin, I think they are a family club. They are clubs that it doesn't matter your tribe, they welcome you. And like I said, in football, in life, management is important. What you do
Yeah.
to people is really, really, very important. Everyone need each other, and they welcome me quite good, and they make me feel at home. I think that was what the whole thing that exists presently, and I'm happy I'm here because I always said I want to stay in the Bundesliga when after my first season in Mainz. And coming to Union Berlin is the league that I played in the league also last season. And coming here is something I'm really we are really happy about. And it's great for me as a player. I think it's everyone's dream. But Union Berlin is really a great team. They are like a family club from the coaches to the director and everyone. They treat you very, very special, not because you from Liverpool, but this is how they do to every player. They look after your well-being, and it's something great for every individual. And that was what we show on the pitch also as a team. We keep on fighting for each other, and that is the goal. Keep on helping each other till we attain our goals of the season.
Amazing. And I know right now FC Union Berlin are going for that Champions League spot. Though after the loss this past weekend, you are now sixth on the that is on the Bundesliga table. Tell us, but we've seen how the squad has performed so far. What is going on in the dressing room? I know that it's quite the motivation because actually it's one of the teams that is very exciting to watch this season in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, for us, like I said earlier, the goal is to keep on helping each other, keep on fighting for each other. That's why they call it a team sport. No one can do it alone. You need to do it collectively, and I think that is what we'll keep on doing. And presently, the last game we lost, and we have to just forget about it because to when you lose a game and you feel bad as a player, it's not something that gives you joy. The next thing we just try to do for ourselves is forget about the loss and focus on the next games. And in the same, what we keep telling to ourselves, what we keep doing is we look towards the next game because the next game is as the final for us, and that was how we take it. We take each game as it comes, and that is what we'll keep on doing. And at the end of the day, at the end of the season, we'll see what happens.
Yes. And how is it working under Coach Urs Fischer? I hope I'm saying his name right. And
Yeah,
yes, when he talked to you, what were his expectations of you? Like, what does he keep on telling you every day here and there when you take onto the pitch?
for me, to every club that is doing well, everyone look at the coach. And if every club is doing bad, also they look at the coach. And he's a man like he managed people quite good also. I must comment, like from him to the assistants to the management, he managed everyone, every player, and he makes you feel important. He makes you know that you are needed. Everyone is needed in his team. It doesn't matter if you are in the starting 11 or you are in the bench. You should always be ready. And I think this is what he said to every player, not only me. And this is what we'll keep on doing as a team. He's really, really, really a good coach for every one of us. And for me, the way we talk after game and before game is something good for me as a player. And he doesn't do it alone with me. He do it with every of his players. And this is something great for every player. And I think this is why we're having the result. And we just have to keep on going and fighting for the color of Union Berlin.
Amazing. And also, when you talk about Max Cruz, that is a player I know everyone knows what he has done for the Bundesliga and in the Bundesliga. And now you've gotten a chance to actually play alongside him. Tell us about that, Taiwo.
Uh, um, Actually, is for me when I look at him, I see great phenomenon. Not only him, with every other player. Lukaku is also from Liverpool. Marvin, Robin, these are great players. But I always said the best I can do is just to talk about myself because. But the truth is, they are great people and amazing people. Not only on the pitch and also off the pitch. They really makes the team quite good because they are experienced. They've seen it all and they keep on integrating it into young player like us coming up. They keep on showing us love and everything, and this is something of a joy for every of us as a player.
Yes. And what are your goals? What have you the goals you've set for yourself for FC Union Berlin this season?
Well, I always say to people in every place I've been to, like for me, the joy of it is I believe personally when my team is successful, I'm successful, and that is
Yes.
my goal. That is my absolute goal. When my team is doing good, I'm doing good.
Yes.
So I believe it comes. That's why our name is FC Union Berlin. The name of the team is not Taiwo. It's not any other player. It's FC Union Berlin. We all represent the team. So when the team has a success, we all have a success. So that is my goal actually. And every other thing that come after that is for me is just a bonus.
Yes. Who's your role model in the football world?
Well, for me, I will always pick Messi and Ronaldo as the best player in the football world. But in terms of my role model, where I looked up to, they are strikers that I really like. For me, I will start from Didier Drogba. He's really one of the greatest striker that I love watching in his days, and Lewandowski. Lewandowski,
Yes.
Didier Drogba, Ibrahimovic, and Edinson Cavani. These four players are really strikers that I really enjoy watching a lot as a striker. But for me, I would pick Messi as the best player. But kudos
Amazing.
to Ronaldo also.
You don't want to be like leaning on one side, yes. And
Yeah.
I like how Ibrahimovic gets better with age. I think that's motivating because so many people get also depressed when they approach 30 and
Yeah.
they think they can't play for more years. I think that is very motivating to young players. So I know we have questions before we come to what next for Taiwo. We have questions from the people who are watching. So let's just start with Jenga, which I was supposed to actually ask after this, but let's just ask. Uh, Sean kindly touched on how racism has affected football and asked Taiwo if he has ever been a victim.
Actually, for me, I've not really been a victim. I would put it that way. I've not seen anyone harass me, but we see how it is presently. And like I said earlier, the world need each other. Everyone need each other. From the black to the white, everyone is an individual. We all have one life. No one is living on another life. We just have to support each other. We just have to look after each other. And I think with that, the world can get better. And that is all I can say about that. But in terms of racism, it's not something good for every individual because when you're abused, when you are abused as an individual, it shows that they are showing you out of the world like you don't belong here. And this is not something good because you yourself that you find yourself there also, there are people there before you. So we should just try and as much as we can as a player, as an individual, not only in the football world, even outside the football world, to love each other as much as we can. Because for me, I believe in God and I believe God is love. So if
Yeah.
God tells you I'm love, we should just showcase the love to every individual and the world will be a better place.
Yes. We have Paul Mulemi who's asking how is his relationship currently with the Agent Club?
Presently, I must confess I'm a player of Union Berlin. Maybe
Yes.
after the season, I can become a player of Liverpool. But now, I'm a player of Union Berlin and FC Union Berlin.
Yes. Oshiwaida asked Sean asked him if he would advise other young players to go his route. I think your advice to other young players.
Ah, Like I said, every individual has his own way to life. But for me, I will always put God first. I will always put God first in everything I do because I believe He is the only solution to everything. And the next thing I would say to every young player is patience is the key. Put God first, patience, and keep on working hard till your last breath.
Mhm.
Till your last breath. Because when you reach your last breath is when you are not living anymore. So if it's not going well, if it's going well, keep on working hard. It's not going well today doesn't mean tomorrow it can change. So you should just keep on eating it, keep on going for it. Because keep on going for your dream. Because no one can achieve your dream for you, and no one can tell you what your dream looks like. It's only God and you that has your dream in your hand. So you should just keep on working hard, believe in yourself, and believe in God. And I believe whatsoever you desire will come to you. That is my own belief personally, and that is my
Yes,
advice to every young player as well.
amazing. And continue with the questions. Does he ever see himself playing in the English Premier League soon?
Of course, that's where I signed for Liverpool. That's why I
Yeah.
signed for Liverpool.
Mhm.
It's my greatest dream to play in the Premier League, and hopefully it happens one day.
Yes, and
Fingers
we will be
crossed.
cheering you on. Yes. What are African players, those playing outside Africa, doing to improve football at home? Because I know this is a very important question we've just received. And Taiwo, I know this because African football, when you talk about African football, you know what happens. We have all the talent, but when it comes to our structures in Africa, they are not enough to support this talent and to push this talent further. So, what are African players like you doing to improve football at home?
Well, uh, for me, like I said before, I'm privileged to be here, not because I'm
Mhm,
the best player in Africa, and
mhm.
I will still keep on saying it. The likes of the likes of Didier Drogba, thousands of Didier Drogba in Africa.
Yes.
There are lots of thousands of me in Africa. But like I said, just keep on going for it. Keep on going for it. But the truth is, a lot of things need to change in Africa
Mm,
as well, because if if the structure is placed well, if the structure is really placed well, like my religion will say, he said if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? So if the foundation is really structured in the right way, I believe a lot of things will happen greatly to every young African player out there. But even if it's not right, doesn't mean you can put it right your own way. Doesn't mean you can keep on going for it. And hopefully, with God and with your hard work, with your patience, it will click for you. And that is how it is for most African players. But it's just unfortunately sometimes the chance, the privilege is not so there to show yourself. And we most of us that find ourselves here, there are series of stories to tell. There are series of stories that you can't even explain everything on social media. But it is what it is sometimes.
yes, it is what it is. Okay, Baromeo Emmanuel asks, what are your future plans to promote talent in Africa, especially I know in your country, Nigeria?
Well, for me, I'm still a football player. I'm still a young player. Presently, my career is what I'm looking after. Hopefully, I get to where I am as a football player. There are plans I have in place for myself, but this is what I keep to myself presently. And hopefully, if I achieve my dream, I believe I will make it happen by God's help.
Yes. So where do you see, we have another question, where do you see our African football in the next 5 years? Let's think about
I
African
think
football.
for me, I always said to people, I think African has the best talent to win the World Cup. When I look at the Brazil team, Brazil have won the World Cup. I think they have the same basic structure, they have the same basic talent, they have the same thing as Africa. But like I said, the moment a country in Africa does try and do it the right way, I believe we'll win the World Cup. And I believe Nigeria will be the first to win the World Cup.
Oh, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. You saw what happened in 2018. So please, okay, well,
Yeah,
let's
that
please. Okay, we'll
that
see.
is That's it sometimes because, like I said, because over here is football is more than the how we see it. A lot of things is in place. A lot because before you play a game, you know everything your opponent is doing.
Mhm.
You know everything your opponent is doing. I think that is the step they are ahead of us. And the moment
Mhm.
Africa shifted to that level, also, I believe we'll be able to compete for the World Cup and compete
Yeah.
quite good.
Yeah. Amazing. We have, but this one I think has already been answered. You answered it. What are the most important issues that we Africans need to address to improve our football? I know you talked about improving the systems. Anything else that we need to improve on, Taiwo?
The system is everything. Once it gets better, the whole thing gets better.
Yes. We have a question on racism, but I think you've already answered that. Can he say something on racism? He answered that earlier. Yes, Taiwo. So those are our questions. If you have any other questions, you can drop them quickly before we wrap up the interview. Talk to us. Give us your 5 top African teams. Now, I know you say Nigeria number one.
Yeah, of course, we are the giant of Africa and will always be. For me, I
You
always
know,
pick Nigeria.
we
I
still
wa-
have the likes of Egypt and the North Africans are very tough in this.
but even
Okay,
even
okay, five,
Egypt,
five.
with due respect to all African team, we do respect to the likes of Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and everyone.
Mhm, mhm.
They know Nigeria is always the best. They know
Yeah,
it's something glaring. It's so easy to know. And even over here, they know Nigeria is the best. So for
but
me,
I was there
I
when
would say,
Algeria broke the hearts of Nigeria in
yeah,
their
that was
face. So
just unlucky. I would say that was unlucky. For me, the
yes.
first team in Africa I always put Nigeria. Uh,
Hmm.
Nigeria in terms of the talent and everything, and
Yes.
the second team I'll go for Senegal.
Hmm.
Senegal,
Senegal. Hmm.
Algeria.
Hmm.
Then after
Hmm.
Algeria, I will put Egypt.
Hmm.
Then after Egypt, I will put Tunisia. Those are
Yeah.
my five
Poor
best African
Kenyans. The Kenyans were watching. We need to do better. We need to work harder. Maybe I know they were just waiting. And Kenya, what about Kenya? Sorry, Kenyans. Yes. Oh, we have another question. What are your thoughts on VAR, Taiwo? It has been so interesting.
team. Yeah, sometimes the good side of it and the bad side of it that happens to you as a player. But
Hmm.
like I said, I would say like it's something good for the football world because sometimes for a striker you score a goal and you score a goal and maybe the lineman or something already said is an offside, and once they check it they discover it's a goal. You felt happy, so this is a bonus to you as a striker and as a team. And on the other
Yeah.
side, when you score a goal and you thinking it's a goal, and suddenly they discover it's an offside. So I
Hmm.
think it's something positive. It's just a way of trying to get the best out of the football. And
Yeah.
once it's done rightly, then there's no problem about that. But I've seen situations where some clubs said some clubs have been in the bad side of it, and but there's nothing you can do about it. But I think there are positive side of it and the negative side of it. Is either it's for you or it's against you. So in terms of the VAR, I think the FIFA that brought it into the football world, they are the one that controls the football world. They knows better than me as a player. They knows better than every individual as a player. And the reason they brought it to the football world, they knows it, and I think they are the one that can really give a clear explanation more of it. But like I said, that is what we experience as a player. Sometimes it goes well for you, you score the goal, and sometimes they discover your goal is an offside. So it's the good and the bad side for you as a player. But it is for us.
Yes, it is what it is. I know you like saying that, Taiwo.
Yeah.
So I think there for me just interrupts. That celebration part for the strikers. You're waiting for that celebration and you see and you hear, oh, it's so sad, and you're like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness. when,
exactly.
when you yes, when you see the faces of most strikers, just know it's just a heartbreak. So I miss that part. So one last question before we go. What advice do you have for local Nigerian? We have Agrippa Nyanjen watching. What advice do you have for local Nigerian players who want to play for the national team? With all the professional players out of the country, do they stand a chance to play for the national team? I know this is also a question that is close to your heart, Taiwo.
Well, for me, like I said, every player wants to play for the national team. Every individual want to wear the green, white, green jersey. When I was wearing it in the youth team, in the youth under 17, 20, 23, I'm proud of it. I cherish it a lot. And I think the same thing goes to every player because that's why you're a player. You want to represent your country, you want to do good for yourself, you want to do good for your family, you want to enjoy what you do. But for me, in terms of the national team, I'm still a player also. So this is not a answer I can give. I think the coach he knows what is best for the team. He knows what he wants for his team. And if he felt like okay, the player that is playing in Nigeria is best for my team, he will pick him. And if he felt the player that is playing in Europe is best for my team, he will pick him. So it depends on who is the coach, it depends on what he wants, it depends on everything. I don't think a player or someone can tell you do this and you'll play in the national team. There's nothing like that. It depends on what the coach wants because the coach decides everything in football team. And so they are
Yes.
the best that can give an answer to that. But for a local player, the best you can do for yourself is keep on improving yourself, keep on getting to the level that you prove enough that I deserve to be there. And for us in Europe also, we being here doesn't mean we are special or something. We are also keeping trying to do the best for ourselves to prove to show that okay, maybe one day I have the opportunity to be there. The Euro player and the local player, they are both the same. Everyone is striving for success. So the best we can do for ourselves is just to keep on working hard, and the coach decide what happens in the national team.
Amazing. I hope I can. We will get to see you in the Super Eagles jersey very, very soon, Taiwo. Okay. As we wrap up, Taiwo, so what next for Taiwo Awoni? What next?
Well, for me, I would say the season is the most important thing presently. The season is still on. We still have a few games to go before 2020 is over. And when the season is finished, it's next year, and the next thing is just to remain focused, remain fighting for the color I'm representing, fighting for my family, and making myself proud at the same time. That is what is next for me as a player, and we'll see what happens at the end of the season.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. Last words for the people who have been watching, your fans.
Well, it's really an amazing time, and I must really say a big thank you to you for bringing me here. It's a privilege to be on the show. There are a lot of football players, and it's really a great work you've been doing because I believe, like I always said, the world needs each other. Me
Yes,
being here was a privilege. I'm really happy about, and I don't take it for granted. It was a great discussion we've been having together, and I've gained a lot. You've gained a lot as well as a
yes,
fellow human being. And for our fellow viewers and everyone at home, I will just say they should keep on believing in themselves, keep on trusting God, and at the end of the day, the end will always justify the means. And I hope it all goes well for every one of us.
yes. Thank you so much for joining us, Taiwo Awoni, and everyone who tuned in to watch. We were talking to Taiwo Awoni, who's a Nigerian striker. Right now, he's on loan at FC Union Berlin in the Bundesliga. He's doing big things, so make sure you continue watching that Bundesliga. And also, as everyone talks about it, he is actually a Liverpool FC player. Thank you so much, Taiwo. Have a lovely, lovely evening, and thank you for honoring our invite to be on the show.
Thank you so much.